Hello guys and girls and welcome back to a brand new video today. For today's video with early Premier League predictions, I have Morgan Gray on the right hand side to me, who is a Manchester United fan and a Rochdale fan. How are you today, Morgan?
I'm good, thank you. And I thought you were going to say I'm an early Ireland then before. I'm going to say, no, I'm not early Ireland. I wish I was earning his money, but I don't wish I was him. But yeah, I'm good. What about you, Alex?
Yeah, I'm good. Obviously, I'm waiting for the football to start for Portugal because I prefer Portugal more than England, but I don't care.
He
It's
doesn't
football,
prefer
innit?
Portugal born in
So
England. He
yeah,
was born in the Atlantic Ocean. That's why I don't know what country to support. That's
yeah,
why.
I'm Portugal all the way, lad. So yeah, other than that, have you all been since obviously there's no football? You
Well,
look you look forward to next season.
buzzing for the Premier League. It's going to be, throughout my lifetime, the most exciting Premier League I've seen. Yeah, you can talk about if you're a City fan, your Aguero moments. If you're a Liverpool fan, one title in 30 years, bit
Yeah,
embarrassing, but gives a little cry. But yeah, I'm looking forward. My first time seeing Luton in the Premier League as well.
yeah,
Um, so it should be interesting. Obviously, because last time we was up in this division, it weren't even called the Premier League and it weren't even alive. It was Alex. So it's exciting times.
one of the commentators is now retired.
Yeah,
Martin
Martin Tyler.
Martin Tyler is now um retired from one of the greatest commentators ever for the Premier League massively. So yeah, obviously no Jeff Stelling for Soccer Saturday.
Our famous Hartlepool fan.
Yep, and
And
they're in the relegation and they're in National League with Rochdale.
right, it is going to be a weird season, obviously, with the pundits going as well. It's not just players and teams being relegated, punditry as well. You know, Graham Souness and
Yeah,
people like that. So it is going to be a weird one, but exciting.
yeah. So other than that, Tranmere in League Two next season with the neighbours Wrexham.
Your favourite team?
Not looking forward to that, but yeah, it's gonna be a good away day next season. Um, so yeah, are you ready?
I'm waiting for you.
Right. So the team. So I'm gonna go from number 20th to number one. So the team in number 20th I put is the team that got promoted last season from the Championship, and that is Sheffield United. Sheffield United are a team nicknamed the Blades. The nickname the Blades, obviously, they've got an okay team, but obviously to get second in the league last season, it was one of them. Honestly, do I think they'll have a good season? I don't think they'll have a better season than that they won. So I just think they're gonna be a hit and miss team next season. So yeah, I'm saying them for 20th.
So, unfortunately, Luton fans, as much as we all love going through someone's back garden on an away day, falling down the icy steps in winter times, drunk out of our heads, I put you to go straight back down. No disrespect, but you've been on a fantastic journey.
Like
The
it.
story is unpredictable. What you've been through as a club, from National League, like 10 years ago, you're losing teams like Hard United away and stuff like that, and now you're on the verge. Well, you're on the verge of playing Man City at the Etihad, Man United at Old Trafford, Tottenham at the Tottenham Hotspur New Stadium. You had a fantastic journey. You're going to upset a few teams, and I said this in my video. I said
Alexa, stop.
the only
Alexa,
team.
stop.
Alex Alexa's just gone off.
Alexa, stop.
The only team
Right.
to beat Liverpool at Anfield last season went down to the Championship, and that was Leeds United. I think Luton will beat Liverpool at Anfield 3-1 to the Hatters.
But do you remember when Luton played Liverpool at Luton and it was like
They
something like
struggled.
5-3?
They struggled, Liverpool, a
Because now
bit.
hang on, Xabi Alonso scored an absolute worldie.
Yeah, yeah, I did as well. Big Xavi
So,
Alonso.
hello Kev, how are you? How you
But yeah,
doing? Yeah,
Luton
so
Town to be relegated.
going into my number 19. Sorry to say this, Evertonians, but I think it's your time to go down. The only reason why I'm saying it is because you survived twice on the last day for the last 2 seasons. But if this happens again, I think you will get relegated. I just don't think I don't think you're as good as what everyone says you are. I just think you're just a B Tech. You're just a B Tech Norwich. Just will not surprise me. So for me, I think you will get 19th.
Like Alex said, they've been fighting relegation for the past 2 seasons, been knocking on that door. And sometimes when you knock on doors too hard, they'll come crashing down on you. But I've not got Everton to go down. I've got a second season syndrome team. I've got Fulham to be relegated. Second season syndrome. It's got to happen to one team, and then you're my chosen
Right.
team.
Going into my number 18, this is one of the teams that Morgan said, and it's Luton Town. Luton Town are a team that came up from the Championship, done really well. Obviously, they've got one of the players that started from National League, from League Two to League One to Championship, now to the Premier League. For me, I think that is just quality. So I just think for them coming up to the Premier League is quality, but I think you'll just go down just a bit.
I think it's
So
quality as well. Obviously, sorry, Luton Town. And I backed him throughout all the season, and the playoffs I backed him as well. And when they got up, it was just, I'm not even a Luton fan, but to back them all that way, as the underdog, and the story when they did it did mean a lot to me. I don't even support Luton. I support the best team in the world. There you go. But anyways, I've got Wolverhampton Wanderers from 18th spot. Obviously, they're losing really decent players, but are they going to have the strategy and the tactics to rebuild and get better players in? I don't think so. And I think the time up for the Premier League is over.
right, going into my number 17 now is another team that Morgan said, and that is Wolverhampton Wanderers. Wolverhampton Wanderers finished 13th last season, but for me, I think they're going to be going to fighting for survival next season. I just think they're a B Tech team as much. I just think they had a great season about 2 or 3 years ago when they were fighting for is it
Conference League
European Cup I think it was called. Can't
under
remember what it was called, but
under Nunes, not Nunes,
oh, yeah,
Nuno.
but I don't think they're as good as what everyone says they are now. So
In 17th, we're taking a trip to South Yorkshire. We're going to the best team in Sheffield United. Now, obviously, Sheffield United have lost Sharp. It's going to be a hard replacement. I think they are going to survive this Premier League division. You know, they are a good team, and that Sheffield United team with Chris Wilder in the first season in the Premier League, or back in the Premier League, should I say, was immense. If they can replicate that, but they will struggle without the likes of Billy Sharp and yeah, McGoldrick. Is that McGoldrick? Jesus Christ, man. I can't speak today, can't get my words out. Anyways, you know what I mean. But yeah, I think Sheffield United will just survive on the final game of the season where they've got Tottenham Hotspur.
So going into my number 16 now is Nottingham Forest. Nottingham Forest had a great season last year, honestly beating the teams likes of Liverpool and everything like that. Obviously getting a draw at Chelsea. I just think it's really good for them. So for me, for the next few games for them, they're gonna have to have the winning mentality if they want to stay up in the league next season. But for me, I think they'll just about stay up for next season in 16th.
So for my 16th place, I'm going to see that finished above 16th place last season, and that's Bournemouth. They've got enough to stay up. They've established themselves as staying up in the Premier League. They'll do it again. No harm done there, Bournemouth. The best thing you did was beat Liverpool this season. Even though you got absolutely railed by them, you managed to beat them. We can't talk much about getting railed. We lost 7-0, like, but still. Come on.
So going into my number 15th now is Bournemouth. Bournemouth, everyone was saying Bournemouth were going to get relegated last season, and they've done the miracle and they stayed up. So for me, obviously, I think they finished 15th, and for me, I'm saying they'll finish 15th next season. But for me, I think they'll have a better squad next season.
15th place. Now, Alex is going to this place. I'm assuming so, unless he's on holiday, because Tranmere Switches hasn't been out yet. But he is going to this place. But across the little bridge is Nottingham Forest. Now, obviously, I've been Notts County before. I've never been Notts Forest because Rochdale or United. Well, United have played him, but I couldn't get tickets, so yeah, that was a bit hard to do. But yeah, Nottingham Forest just survived last season in 16th place. They're going to finish a place higher, 15th.
Who's your 15th?
I say Nottingham Forest.
So going into 14th, Crystal Palace. Yes, they've got Roy Hodgson as the manager. Done really well when he came back last season. But for me, I think obviously with the players that they've got, I think they'll need more players to adapt to the squad and to be a better team for next season. But for me, I think they will just about finish in 14th.
My 14th place, I've kept the same as last season. That's obviously the Bubble Boys, West Ham. Now, obviously, finishing 14th but having European success. I think David Moyes is going to repeat that, but they're not going to win the Europa League. They're going to get knocked out in the quarterfinals.
Who against?
Brighton.
So you actually think they'll play each other?
It's football, Alex. You don't know. We can only predict. I mean, if it happens, it happens.
Right, going into my number 13, this is another team that got promoted last season to the Premier League. In my opinion, I think they've had a great season. They had a great season last season. I even said to myself and to a few others that they'll win the league, and they did. And that was Burnley. I think Burnley with a great team, they're going to have a great performances for their team and their players, and I think they'll be up for that next season.
In 13th, we're going to the only team in Merseyside, because if it weren't for Everton, Liverpool Football Club wouldn't have existed, and Everton would have been playing at Anfield. There's facts here. But yeah, I've got the Toffees. I think Sean Dyche will get his own players in, get rid of that Championship backline, because that is nothing more than a 13th place Championship backline. Get those out. Get rid of Pickford, because Pickford just. I say he's an okay keeper.
Would you
He's
have him at Man
average.
U? If we can't
What
get
with
if
with Daya
right,
or without?
if we can't get Unana or Costa, would you have Pickford?
That is a question. David's been with us a long time. He's coming into his
No,
13
but the
season,
thing
isn't it?
is, I think David De Gea
13
will.
season now.
I think De Gea will sign a new contract, but for me, I think we'll need another keeper because I don't think Tom Heaton will be playing every game next season.
No
Not a
chance.
chance. He'd be on the bench, but I don't think he'd be.
Um, right, I'm going to say if we are to get
Hi,
Pickford,
hi Shane.
I'm going to say if we are to get Pickford, split the games. David plays half a season. Pickford
No,
plays half a season.
I won't.
Unless you want one of them as a cup keeper and one as as one as a keeper. That's what I'm trying to think.
I'd have to. If that was going to happen, I'd have Pickford as our main keeper because De Gea's distribution is shocking.
Yeah, it's terrible. And his penalty saves are terrible. Let's just talk about that. It's been what? It's coming into his. It'll be his 40th season at United at the end of this one coming up.
Yeah,
Hold on. He signed 2011. No, 13th season. He signed 2011 because him and Aguero both come
Yeah.
from Atletico to Manchester. But yeah, Pickford can save penalties. Daya, I won't trust him to save
De
penalties.
Gea even saved the odd penalty.
Yeah, but he saved 5 in what 12 years. For a goalkeeper of his standard, it is a bit poor. But right, yeah, I'd agree with Alex because we've just broken it down. Yeah, I'd put Pickford as main and Daya as cup. Right, next club.
Going into my number 12 is West Ham. I think West Ham are a good side. They've got some good players. They've got Kurt Zuma. I call him Cat Zuma. Cat
You
Zuma.
tired
But,
bastard.
but, but honestly, I think with them next season, I think they'll be good next season. So yeah. But yeah, I'm liking them. Obviously, they won the Conference League, which was fantastic. So yeah, I'm happy for them. Yeah, and Morgan, just to let you know, Cristiano Ronaldo is playing against Dzeko.
Alex, shall I tell you why?
What?
Because I'm looking at the lineup now.
But I've got the game on.
Yeah,
Morgan,
I'll put
who's
it
your
up.
12th?
12. Crystal Palace, standard Premier League mid-table team, round about the same position year in, year out, and they'll just finish off. It's Crystal Palace, you know, they've not been. When was the last time Palace got relegated?
Do you know what?
Because I
I think
honestly
that's
can't
a
even
good
remember.
that's a good shout for you, I reckon. Because I actually think Palace could actually get 12th.
You go and say it was me then. You know what? I'm going to check when Crystal Palace got relegated. It's got to be a long time, surely. Right, I'm gonna. No.
So, right, just before this game kicks off, what is your score prediction? Portugal, Bosnia.
6-0 Portugal.
I'll say 3.
Right.
Then going to my 11th.
1 minute. Oh, I'm going to search up because I can't remember. Uh, 1998 was the last time Palace got relegated from the Premier League. I wasn't even born, so fair enough. Yeah, go on then.
Right. My 11th is Fulham. Fulham are they're an okay team, but yeah, I think they're they're okay. They've got some good players in the squad, but I think they would just miss out on European football next season.
Stay drinking water, stay hydrated. It's about 90 degrees. Right. 11th. Now, we're going to the best fucking team in London, according to the German man Tom Frank. We're going to Brentford. Now, obviously, they are going to struggle with Ivan Tony. I really think it's going to be hard. But obviously, we've got young talent in like Romeo Beckham, Ethan Riley, who's signed for Brentford's B team. But what the plan is with Ethan Riley is what I've heard. Is that he'll start a few cup games like Carabao Cup, FA Cup. If he impresses Tom Frank, what I've heard is he'll be promoted to the first team like that. So fair play. So Tom Frank's got his tactics behind him, but would it replace Ivan Tony? Who knows? Romeo Beckham, obviously David Beckham's son. Ethan Riley, 20 this year, 20 November. Young talent, a good assister as well. And his strikes are phenomenal. Like the goals he scored, hit the back of the net like that with Rockies. He learned it off Callum Camps, who's now at Stockport County.
Right, going into man, Fulham Portugal. I'm saying 3-0. Come on, Portugal. Come on. So my number 10 is Aston Villa. Yes, Villa fans will be thinking, why have I said that? I think it's because I just think they're a good team, but I think they will just lose a few games in the season for next year. But for me, I think they'd be happy with it, obviously, because they're in Europe, because they would want to concentrate on that for next season.
Right, it's my number 10. We're going to East Lancashire. And no, it's not the Premier League winners, East Lancashire, because Blackburn is still stuck in the Championship. We're going to Turf Moor, we're going to Vincent Company's Clarets. Now, Burnley are a team that I went to watch last season in December. They beat Middlesbrough 3-1. I was there at Turf Moor on the night because I was working in Burnley that day. So I decided to go watch them. And it was amazing. There was a real promotion side. You could end the season in December and they still would have gone up, which obviously they have. Obviously, their manager, Vincent Company, a former Premier League player, is quite used to the league. Obviously, captain that Manchester City side that won the title, that won the FA Cup, the Premier League, and then they went on about 6 League Cups to win together with Vincent Company there. Not six, five, 4 or 5, because obviously the last League Cup City won. Company weren't captain, Fernandinho. So Vincent Company knows the Premier League well. He'll get the players in, either loans from City. I think that Rico Lewis needs to go out on loan. I think Calvin Phillips needs to go out on loan from Man City. If he can go to a team like Burnley and finish quite high in the Premier League, a mid-table 10th place for a newly promoted Burnley side, it could also reboot the careers. So that's my number 10.
Right. My number 9 is Tottenham Hotspur. Tom Hotspur just missed out on Europe last season, finishing 8th. But for me, I think they will finish 9th because they just can't win they can't win a cup, and I just don't think they're as good as what everyone says they are. So yeah, I'm saying Spurs 9th.
And I have done an Alex Duncan, and I think this is the first one we've agreed on so far. I'm going to put the old Spuds, Tottenham Hotspur. Obviously, last time they won a trophy, a proper trophy, because that fucking Audi Cup don't count. That's a car cup. that won in 2019.
Yeah.
Obviously, we've been to finals since 2008, but obviously now we're missing out, especially that Champions League against Liverpool, which, to be honest, it was never a pen. Obviously, scored it and Divock scored in Spain, the winner. Well, not the winner,
Mm.
just to get a bit of breathing space. We were 1-0 until Divock scored. Obviously, made it 2-0 Liverpool. Got in Harry Kane that night in the Spurs squad because imagine winning the Champions League before the Premier League. Obviously, that's what Steven Gerrard did and Jamie Carragher because they've never won it and they never will because they're retired. But yeah, I'm going to put Tottenham Hotspur. Like I say, last time we won a trophy, Man City hadn't even been taken over at this point. You know, they didn't have all that oil money. They were losing to teams like West Brom as well. But yeah, it's been a long time. It'll be six. If Spurs don't win a trophy this season, it'll be 16 years. I was 4 the last time Spurs won a trophy. And the last time Spurs won a trophy, we won the Champions League. And Alex was there.
Yeah, it was good. Right, going into number 8 is Brentford. Brentford are a team. They've got some good players in the team. But obviously with no Ivan Toney, with Ivan Toney not going to be playing until January, I think that's going to be a big miss. Obviously because of the his expansion thing. So for me, I think for next. Thank you. So yeah, Brentford. So that is my number 9. So my number 8. Morgan.
Right, number 8. We're going to Brighton and Hove Albion. Now, obviously, they're the European spot, which is good for them, their first time in it. I think it's just going to be fantastic for them. I think, obviously, they're going to be more focused on that than they are in the Premier League season. Brighton finished 6th last season. I've gone put them 8, only because I've gone put them on a successful European run.
Going into number 6 now. No, number 7 is Brighton and Hove Albion. Brighton and Hove Albion, I think they will have a better season next year. And obviously with European football to be in the Europa League, I think they'd be okay with that. I think they'd be up for it to win the game. So I'm saying them to be in 7th.
In 7th, I've gone with Joe's team, Mauricio Pochettino's, not Spurs, but Chelsea. Now, obviously, Chelsea had a rotter last season. Obviously, sacking the likes of Tommy Tuchel and then going on to sack Graham Potter and getting Lampard in to lead the season. I think Lampard's a shocking manager. He should honestly do a Gary Neville, stop managing and go straight into punditry because he is dire. And when I mean dire, I wouldn't even trust him with the Rothschild team who's in the National League. Frank Lampard, put my hands up. Player, phenomenal. Manager, shocking. But I think Chelsea will get back into European spots. I don't think they'll be strong enough to get Champions League spots. I'm going to take the 7th place position and get conference.
So my team in 6th is the Rent Boys, Chelsea. Obviously with new manager, they'll be wanting to win games next season with their players. So yeah, I think they'd be up for it next season if they want to, and obviously win the trophy. Chelsea to finish 6th.
In 6th place, we're going to Villa Park. Alex's first away day was at Villa Park. So, Alex, before we talk about Villa, do you want to go ahead and speak about your experience?
Well, went to Villa Park. Can't remember what year it was, but when I went, I won £10 on the card when we're travelling to Villa Park. We got beat 3-0 in the game, but it was in the Carabao Cup, but it's one of them. So yeah, hopefully beat them again next time. So yeah.
In fifth place, I have gone to North London. I've gone to Mikel Arteta's Arsenal side. Obviously, fair play to Mikel Arteta. Wait, what number are we on?
You're six. Six.
Six?
Six.
Oh, yeah. Wait, I was talking about Villa, weren't I? Yeah. Sorry about that. Yeah, Aston Villa to finish in sixth place. Obviously, they're in a European spot this season. I think they'll do a repeat. They finished seventh last season. Got a conference. I think they'll push for Europa League. Obviously, it's Mr. Good Evidence Trophy, Unai Emery, because he loves to win that trophy. Let's be honest. You know, United won Premier Leagues, Arsenal won FA Cups, and Unai Emery just won Europa League trophies. So there we go. You got Mackies?
No. 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 It's just the same. So, fifth, come for Newcastle. Got a good team, got a good squad. Obviously, we got some decent players in their team. I think they'll just miss out on Champions League because they're going to be focusing on Champions League next season, during the season. So yeah, I'm going to say Newcastle fifth.
Fifth place. Spoiler alert, because you heard it before, because I forgot what. Yeah, I've gone Arsenal. I think obviously Mikel Arteta's done a fantastic job last season, but bottling that 8 point when he was in control of it, it's obviously going to be affecting the players mentally, especially the likes of Lukaku. He still gets racially abused online, which is not nice. But it's football these days. You can't do anything about it. But yeah, that's my fifth place. I think Arsenal will drop off a bit, but I think they'll do well in the Champions League.
My number 4 is Arsenal. I think Arsenal will be okay, but obviously I think they're going to be focusing on Champions League, but I think they'll get Europa League, and then I think they'll finish fourth.
In fourth place, we're going up to North East. We're going to Newcastle. Now Newcastle finished fourth last season. I think they'll keep that solid position and get another Champions League. Obviously, they'll be focusing on that competition as well as being in the league competition, the FA Cup competition, the Carabao Cup competition. So they've got quite a lot to deal with. But I think Eddie Howe's done a fantastic job turning that relegation team into a fourth place Champions League spot team. It's phenomenal. In my eyes, if Pep Guardiola, Klopp, and all them up there in the Premier League, I'd give Eddie Howe manager of the season. I honestly would have. But obviously Pep Guardiola's got it. So it's understandable, it's under treble, but if it weren't for the likes of Guardiola, then Eddie Howe manager of the season by country mile.
So, going into number 3, do I have to really say this? Liverpool.
Your favourite team?
No. I think they'll be okay next season. Obviously, their midfield is going to be better, hopefully, for them. Obviously, the Simon McAllister, 35 million. Bargain, steal. But can they cope for next season? It's going to be interesting if they do that, but we'll find out.
So for my third place, in fact, it's me now it's agreed on 2 now because Tottenham and now Liverpool. I put Liverpool obviously Liverpool didn't have the best of seasons last season, but they had that whole scandal with the takeover, um, injuries, obviously missing the likes of Sadio Mane because it was Liverpool's first season without Sadio Mane being in that present position up front with Mohamed Salah. But like Alex said, they've got the World Cup winner now, a bargain in McAllister, which I think is phenomenal. Fair play to Liverpool because if he turns out to you winning trophies, then that's a sign of the season already. I said it, I've been saying it to loads of people. Said a Liverpool winning trophy and they've got a bargain with the World Cup winner like that. It's got to be a sign of the season. Um, but yeah, I put Liverpool in third position.
So my third, no, my second, Manchester United. Munching passing buzzwaves, Ventus United. When we're playing it out, get yourself to football ground. Take Leicester wheels, football tour on what buzzway on Manchester United. And Man United's been second. They had a good season last year, honestly, to get in top four. And obviously to win a trophy in the Carabao Cup. It's a good start for United and obviously for Ten Hag. For me, I think he's a good manager with the good players. Obviously, Casemiro, Bruno Fernandes, and yeah, I think they'll be alright for next season. Hopefully, back in the top four again.
I've gone. In fact, we're on. No, wait. One, two, three. We've agreed on four. So obviously, second place, Man United. I think first season under Eric Ten Hag, it has been a real challenge, but we've won a piece of silverware. We've had the whole Ronaldo scandal. We're going through potentially getting new ownerships, which I hope we get the Qataris. Because what I don't want happening is, you think back to when all this come out, Liverpool did it and then screwed it over, and that's what I don't want happening. Is that happening to us? So hopefully the Glazers do the right thing and piss off back to America. Because I do not want to see you in my country ever again. Yeah? When I went to Old Trafford last time, I was about to punch that prick. Because I saw him, I was about to jump over him. If he was. I'm from Glazer. You know when we're not. Yeah, you know Ronaldo scored a hat trick against Norwich. Yeah, and I went. He was outside.
Did you see Avon Grant?
Yeah, I saw Avon. I didn't see Joel. I don't know if Joel was inside by the time I got him. I saw Avon.
Where was he?
So you know where the players go in, and you know where Ferguson gets dropped off. There. But he got the worst reception though. He got terrorised, Glazer. But he deserves it. But yeah, tough season last season away from home. Obviously, our 6-3 to Man City, our 7-0 to Liverpool. We bottled a 2-0 lead against Spurs, lost at the Emirates, lost at Newcastle, lost to Brentford 4-0. In 35 minutes, we were 4-0 down, which was a shambles of a joke. But yeah, if we can improve our away record and keep our Old Trafford record, keep going, no problem. Solid second place.
So top is Man City. They won the treble last season. It's hard to take from that, but they deserved it. I thought obviously with the good team they are. Haaland, Bernardo Silva.
He's set to go PSG.
Great players. I just think they'll win it again, win the league again. So yeah.
And I agree with that, unfortunately. You know what? 10 years now, I'm going to look back on this and think how depressing this is. We're watching Man City win the league for the fourth time in a row. But honestly, Pep Guardiola, fair play. His second treble as a manager.
No.
Fantastic achievement. Obviously, did it at Barcelona. Beating Manchester United in the Champions League final. Where Messi ran rings around us. And Ronaldo. It was Ronaldo's on United, that weren't it? Because he went Madrid straight after 2009. He played at Roma.
Hmm?
Yes. But yeah, I'm on City, the champions of the league, unfortunately. I very
What
regret
was
it.
the ground like?
What City's? It, to be fair, Alex, he's actually nicer. I can't say anything. He's actually real nice. And the fact is, what the pictures will look like if they're doing it, it's going to be like a mini Trafford Centre, like before, like where the Colin Bell stand is. I think it is on the south stand, but they're planning on like building it like square, so you've got a hotel on one floor, a pub shop, a cafe, and something else. But
Right,
it does
here's a
look
question
good.
for you. Here's a question for you.
Yeah.
Man United's ground or Man City's ground?
If you only had time to do one tour, if you're basing it off that question, if you support Man United, go Man United.
Yeah, why?
If you support City,
Yeah, he's doing I think he's doing a film.
yeah. If you support Man United, go to Man United. If you support City, go City. But if you're neutral, I'm gonna have to say Etihad.
What?
It's just more like a modern stadium now.
Sorry. Well, first team to win the treble. Um, first team to beat a team who was in the Premier League when it was Champions League. Man U City was in the final. I disagree with you, lad. Disagree.
But the fact is, look at our stadium. It is practically falling apart. If you look at it, and just look at the structure, it's just like City is modern, but Tottenham Hotspur Stadium, it's the shape, like the fishbowl shape. It's modern stadium, and
Yeah.
that's what I love City United. If we get the Qataris, then I should expect it straight away.
Mm. Right. So is that finished?
Well, if you're finished, yeah.
Yep. You watching the Portugal game?
Right, I'm gonna have my tea, and then I'll call the group, yeah.
I think they're on there. Four guys with Shane and that.
Joe's not on, his mum's in it.
Oh shit, there. But he's on call though.
Jess knows that I'm ringing anyway, I told her. So,
Right. So
it's about 8ish, and it's 8 now, so
well, I'm watching Portugal game, so
I guess what I'm gonna do after you watch Bob.
I don't know if I'm gonna go on FIFA. I'm not too sure.
I'm too good at it. Are you in the live?
What? For oh. Right. Well, all I'm gonna say is, Mum, there's meant to be a big star gonna be coming Comic Con, but we don't know which one it's gonna be at.
Alex, you do know he's still live on YouTube. Alright, I was say, I thought you didn't realise. Well, Saturday I was waiting for you to end it.
So